Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to look at New Zealand US dollar and what could potentially happen next for the currency pair. Now recently we've seen the New Zealand US dollar rallying back, and we've now actually seen the bullishness come back in this pair in terms of strength and weakness. We've seen the US dollar continue to fall through the seasonal period of April, and we're seeing the New Zealand dollar rally, and this is why we're getting this really nice uptrend forming here on Kiwi. Now, I really like the idea of continuing to look for long opportunities. However, there is a point where we've got to look at these key support and resistance levels, or key supply and demand zones, to say where is price most likely to kind of find a resistance level and potentially start moving the other way. Now, the reason why we could be looking for a supply zone is because seasonally, yes, dollar is short until the end of April. However, in May, usually the dollar performs its best. Okay, so we have like a bit of a flip around in the strength and weakness of the dollar. We have April, which is the weakest month for the US dollar, and then we have May, which is the strongest month for the US dollar. And that's what could lead to some major currency pairs starting to change their trends. Now, looking at the retail sentiment first, we have the New Zealand US dollar here, obviously with a bullish signal, and it's saying it's bullish because what it's suggesting to us here, that 62% of retail traders are currently short New Zealand US dollar. They're trying to get short in and around these areas, and since yesterday they have increased their short positions by 11%. So that's saying to me that they're still willing to add in short positions in at this point. So where are we likely to find some resistance? Well, if we take a look up here, there is a really nice supply zone all the way up here on the daily time frame. Now, the reason why this is a really nice supply zone is because buyers have turned into aggressive sellers here at this point. There's no real kind of levels up here, it's just fresh air, and the buyers have turned into sellers at that point. So really speaking, if price was to get up into this level, this would be a great area to look for those longer term short opportunities in the markets. If I was to go down to a lower time frame, however, there are still some stumbling blocks in the way where we may see some resistance coming through. So we can almost refine those levels from the daily time frame. So if we get rid of this one now, the first sort of area that I'd like to look at is this one just through here. And obviously we can see that buyers turned into sellers quite aggressively at this point. We know that because in previous videos we talked about a volume level through and around 7252. So when we look at the market here, we can see that there was a consolidation, a breakout to the downside, price came back up into the high volume level, it reacted and sellers came back into the market. Now, if price was to get back up into this level, we could see a potential breakdown in the price of Kiwi again, because this is where aggressive sellers were sitting last time. Okay, so we have a key supply zone just through here. What I would be looking for is the potential for price to come back up into this area and see a short-term sell-off. We may not see the complete sell-off because of this huge supply zone up in this area, but what we may see is just an initial reaction to this area. So we need to be aware that there is a resistance area just through there. If price breaks down from this point and then breaks back through it, then we know that we could be heading towards this supply zone just at the highs through there. So a couple of areas just to keep your eye on. The immediate area would be around about 7250. This could act as a short-term resistance in line with this high volume area. We may not get the move as we did before, but we may just see an initial reaction from that area. If price breaks through that high, we can look for the higher supply zone around about 0.74. So keep your eye on this one. Hope you enjoyed the video update, and I'll speak to you soon.